Today's layout is all about circles, layers and everyday memories. I'm playing with shape, texture and a few simple details to document a little moment from real life. Let's get started. Today we're doing Get in Shape. That's right, we're revisiting all of the shapes in 2026, and January of course is circles, one of my most favorite shapes to use on a layout. So I'm going bright. Of course I am, and I'm going to be incorporating these really bright colourful pieces into the layout for today. So starting off, I'm cutting my 1-inch frame and I'm gutting the yellow because I'll be using it to map my photos. And then I have this beautiful very bright stripe with the black, which is very important because I want to bring that in as a feature on the layout. And then I have this paper here, which is a yellow and white framed image with little daisies on it. And then I have my black cardstock, which I'm also going to use, and I'm going to use that to match the daisies and also bring in throughout the rest of the layout. Now this is a lot of fun playing with layers. It helps build up detail. I'm going to take out the center of this one because I'm going to need it for my dies that I'm going to use to cut my circles, and to make sure that I'm pulling all of the elements of the page together. Now this paper that I'm using today, the striped and the triangle one, was in my last year's 100 patterned paper box and never got used, but I thought this was going to be perfect for it today, and I have photos that are very bright and colourful and this works really well. So what I've done here is I'm folding back the edge, and with this ribbon that has the little pom-poms on it, this trim, I am layering it. Now at first I double layer it, so I go in and I'll put the orange in behind it as well. But as I lay it down later on in the layout, you'll see that I actually remove that orange layer again. I thought I would like it to be really heavy, and you know, when I look back at it now, I probably should have left it in there. I don't know. I just feel that when I went to lay it down, it was just a little bit too much, but we'll see. I am using this as my base. It is a very busy, very bright and loud base. That's okay, but we tone that down with the black and the solid yellow, and you'll see that as we move through. This is a perfect example where I say, do not be afraid of using colour. Colour is your friend. Have fun with it. I'm going to use a strip of that triangle there to be in the peekaboo where that trim is attached to the edge, and you'll see that it becomes a bit of a point of contention as I try to line it up and put it into place, but eventually I work it out. See, not so all the way clever on the spot. I actually do make lots of mistakes, and today you're seeing them. So I'm going to put down this piece that I told you that I'm going to have here, which is this black strip here, and then I realized that I've got it going to be outside my frame, and that's not okay. That's not what I want. So I then trim it down. So you watch me trim it down here, and then I still realize that no, that is not what I want. I still want the yellow to be exposed, so I trim it down a bit more, and then I want to bring it in closer, and then I lay down this and I realize I've got it too close, so I have to move it again. So just, yep, didn't get it right any of the times. How crazy. But anyway, this is where I realized that those pom-poms are a little bit too much with the double layer, so I'm going to remove the yellow, the orange ones. I'm going to take them off there and take them out of that space, but because you hardly see the peekaboo, so that's why I decide that I'm going to remove some of those pom-poms. And you can see I'm fussing around with it, I'm playing with it. I don't know, now I look at it, maybe I should have kept the pom-poms in. What do you think? Let me know when you have a look in a moment where I take these pom-poms off, and then you can see the peekaboo come through underneath. So let me know, should I have left the pom-poms on, or is it better with it just the single layer? Either way, it's done now, and I'm happy with the final result. So I'm just going to put down this center square, and it is an 8x8 square, which is sitting in the center of the layout, of course, and that's going to allow me to build up what I have as my base. Once that's in place, the layout comes together pretty quickly because I go off screen there, and I've gone over with all the bright colored papers and the scraps that I showed you at the very beginning to create all my circles, and I'm using the circles to create flowers for these photos. Now these photos were taken up at Lura in one of the gardens. They had this rhinoceros statue, and it was all brightly colored, and it was all ceramic, and it was beautiful, and it was a full-sized piece in the garden. And I took photos of everybody with this rhinoceros, and so each of their albums will get a page with the rhinoceros and them in the photos, like this one here with my daughter, my youngest, and her boyfriend. And you can see the rhinoceros in the background of that photo, and then the full-sized rhinoceros photo. So this is how I've put that in. And as you look at that photo, you can see all the colors in the photo are in the papers. So it just ties together beautifully. They were bright colors, so the bright colored paper works for this layout. I'm putting in the title here. I'm using 2 different sets of thickers. I've got the word cute and the number 2 for too cute. And then I'm also just contemplating what else I'm going to put in on that layout. So I have these circles, and I cut them with my dies, and they're the stitched dies. So my circles are 3 different sizes, and I cut them out of 6 different colors, and they're all colors that are from that striped paper and the triangle paper here, and they're all colors that are reflected in the layout, as you can see in the photos from the gardens. So the greens are the colors of the tree, the pinks are the colors of the flowers, the reds from the rhinoceros, the yellows from the rhinoceros. So it all blends beautifully. The blues are from the sky, obviously. So that's really important. I find when I'm working with the bright colors that I match them to my photos, so that my photos still stay front and center, but the bright colors work with the layout. I'm just layering up these circles so that they are a 3-layered circle piece on the layout, and then I will adhere them together so they form, like, you know, circular flower type things. I did create enough for 6, but I don't actually need the 6th, so that will sit over to the side for something else in the future. I've got this foliage cut out from a Scrapbook printable, and it is the right colors, and I've done it in the greens and the blues and the teals so that it picks up the colors of the photos and tones down all the brightness. Then I'm adding in some butterflies and some hearts. You saw that I cut a tag out of a yellow wood grain to tuck in behind that bottom photo, and the little tag at the top says tick all of the ones appropriate about the day. So it's just a little bit of a cute, fun layout. I've gone and got buttons in the colors as well, so they're circular. So there's another nod to circles. So I have the pom-poms, I have the circles from the die cut, and I have buttons. So I've got my circles all over my layout. Now I'm just adding in some faux stitching around that yellow square in the middle, just to make it pop a little bit more. It's at that little tiny details that count when you're doing your layout, that add that little bit extra and really, really make a difference on your layouts. Now I'm going to add in my date stamp, which is important so that we know when this event happened, which was in October of 2025. And that's pretty much my layout. I really do like how this has come together. I do love circles as a feature on a layout. They always add so much to what you're seeing when you're doing it. The last thing I'm going to add in are my pops of color in sets of 3 to set up my visual triangle. Just contemplating the best place to put them. I'm going to put one down in the bottom left, one in the top right, and then I'm going to put the other one there next to the heart. So it is a very tight triangle, but it does draw your eye around the layout subconsciously. Now here's where I'm pretending that I really know how to make string fall beautifully on the layout. Ha ha, funny, funny. I need to glue down my string so that it sits beautifully and easily on the layout and doesn't move but holds the shape I want. So that's how that tag is completed, and I am now flicking underneath to get those pops of color to flatten out like enamel drops or enamel dots, And that's it. Look at it. Look at those circles. They're there. It's 3 layers of circles. You've got the circles in the pom-poms there. You've got the circles in the dots, and that's how this has met the challenge for Get in Shape for January. Look at those circles. I just love these. These are an old-fashioned way of creating a flower. We used to cut them out, scrunch them up, layer them up, and they just add that beautiful texture to your layout. Here it is in full bright color. There is a playlist, everyone. Go and check out everybody playing along. Seriously, there are some very talented people, and you will some amazing layouts you will see. I can't wait to go and watch the videos later on tonight. I am late. I'm sorry. I've been away scrapping with a friend, but I'm back on track. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like this video, and I'll see you over in the next one very, very soon. Thursday and Friday, you'll be hammered with some layouts. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.